What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning back into the Biz with D right here, right now on My Fearfulness Radio, your one and only rock star tonight, David Dwayne. And right now we have Love and Hip Hop Hollywood star Apryl Jones with us. What's going on, Apryl?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. And yourself?
I'm doing amazing.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. We definitely appreciate it.
Oh, always, always.
Yeah, so we got to say, first of all, we love you and Omarion's relationship, and have to say, congratulations on, everything that you guys have going on, because, it's a good time of the year for you both.
Oh, it is. It really is. So it's some changes that have been happening, for sure.
And how would you say, first change, let's talk about, becoming a mother and, Omari coming a father. How's that change, been for you guys, especially, while filming Love and Hip Hop?
Man, it's been amazing. Like, being a mom, I can't even explain it. It's definitely been an amazing experience. And Omari and I's relationship has gotten even more stronger, which is so crazy to me, He's been so supportive. He's been the best dad ever. There's times when I'm like, dang, can I hold my son? It's like he's so involved. And it's like, when you're a mom and you first have your baby, it's kind of like you feel alone, even though you have your partner helping you. And I feel like, when having Mega, it's like I kind of forgot that I had to take care of myself, like it was like I always thought about my son, like, making sure that he was eating, changing his diapers, making sure he was okay. And I forgot to take showers. I forgot to make sure that I was eating properly. And Omari has balance for me to make sure that babe, you got to eat, you got to take care of yourself, you got to make sure that you're good. I'll take care of Mega. Like, don't worry about much, and I'm so fortunate for that. So, I'm just blessed. I'm happy. Like, my son has been the best thing ever in this entire world, and so has Omari been.
Absolutely. And I got to say, Omari definitely has been great. The fact that, we saw the episode last night and even last week's episode, we really see that, right. He was really caring for you, making sure that you were all good, made sure he had that conversation with his mother, to be like, hey, we can't be doing this, April's pregnant right now. I really like the fact that, he really is the ideal man, ideal father.
What?
Somebody should come in, If because there are you gotta be honest. There are a lot of times when people have their baby fathers like that around their parents and like that, they're not on 10 with it.
No, they're not. But there's a lot of guys out here that don't know how to be good men. And it's really sad because, there's a lot of men out here who kind of damage women, because they, make it seem like they're a certain type of guy and then they're not. And so I've always been very, I would say protective of myself, because I've dealt with certain men that are that way, that pretend to be a certain type of man. But meeting Omari, it's like I was kind of like that in the beginning, especially because it was like, well, he's in this industry and this and that. But my God, he's so humble. He's such a real human being, and he really loves me. And he makes sure that he's like, babe, you don't got to worry about nothing. During my pregnancy, when I had the drama with the mom, don't worry about it. I'm going to take care of it. He makes sure that he's always taking care of everything with me. And that's why I love him so much. You know what I mean? He steps up to the plate. He does things that most men should do, that most men are afraid to do. And, I love him for that.
Absolutely. And let me ask you about, your, before, you came on Love and Hip Hop, your past life, because I know you're from Chicago. You actually know two of my friends, Shonda and Willie.
What? Oh,
yeah, they're friends of mine.
Shonda's my best friend. Oh, my God, I love Shonda. That's one of my best friends. She's actually moving. They're moving here. Tell her.
Yeah, excited. I'm so excited for them. And I know that you did music before. Tell me about, doing music in Chicago, because that's definitely what I wanted to, find out more about.
So you were saying, did I do music in Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Man, I've been doing music since I was let's see, like 16, 15, 16, probably even before that, sang in the choir, did that, played an instrument, which I played the violin. I then, did auditions and things like that as far as like the Pussycat Dolls and, making the band, and I made semifinals. And, I've just been kind of just moving around, American Idol to the, to The Voice, to all sorts of things, just kind of just pushing forward with my career. Because honestly, my mom, she's the type of mother who, raised us to feel like, with music and things like that, it's not guaranteed. So it's like, you need to go to school, you need to get a degree, you need to do something that's going to benefit you later on if something didn't happen to work out, And so that's why I went to school and got a degree in radiation science. But music has always been my passion. I've always been focused on music, but the only things that I felt like I could do with my music is things like auditioning, because I didn't really have no help, So that's what I was really doing when I was a kid. It was just little small things like that. And, when I look back, I'm like, dang, I'm really proud of myself. I did a lot on my own.
Mm-hmm. And you did, because, you even, you said it on the show, like, your mother really wasn't, there for you as a child. She, your grandmother had took care of you and your siblings. How hard was that, as a child, experiencing that?
Well, I'm the baby of the family, and growing up and not understanding what was going on or why my mom and my dad wasn't there was really, really hard for me. Like, my mom would send for us for holidays, and then it was like we would go back with my grandmother, and it was kind of like, well, why? Why is she grabbing us to come spend time with her, and then she's just sending us off? So, and I would cry. I was so sad as a child, like, well, what? Like, no one wanted to explain anything to me. So it was kind of like all of these years, Apryl was just formulating her own opinion about why her mom or dad wasn't involved in her life. And I feel like I'm still at that place, like no one wants to kind of tell me what really happened, or why mom wasn't there, why dad wasn't there, why my grandmother had to raise us. And, that's what you were witnessing, or people were witnessing on Monday's episode or yesterday's episode was, me kind of just at my breaking point, like, well, tell me something. I need some answers. I'm a mom now. Like, it's really important for a person to have, to know about their past, to be able to put those pieces together. And it's like, I'm still at that point where I haven't been able to do that. It's like, it's a really large missing link for me.
Definitely. And I can even, I can relate to that from a sense of with me not having my father around in my life, so I can kind of connect and be like, hey, why was this, and why wasn't this what it was, and why were you, like, because you go on in life and you're like, I forgive, but there's still that internal piece that's hurt. There's something that's missing.
Exactly.
And a lot of people don't get it.
Well, you have to understand you're a part of that person. So, of course, you're going to have questions, And for me, I feel like at the end of the day, you have to know as a parent, if you're not involved in your child's life, if there's certain choices that you've made, and granted, whatever those choices may be, you have to understand if your child comes and asks you questions, you got to be prepared for that. You can't think that one day as your child gets older and becomes an adult that he or she may not feel like they need answers. You know what I mean? Especially going through what I went through. It's like, eventually I was going to get to a place where I was going to want to know, hey, Mom, what happened? Like, why didn't you raise me? Like, I would have wanted my mom and dad. Maybe I would have been a different person. Who would I have been? Like, I didn't have a dad in my life, and girls need their fathers. You know what I mean? Like, I could have been a totally different type of woman. But because I had such a strong grandmother that raised me, thank God I turned out to be how I am now. So it's just a lot of questions that I feel like, I need answered. And, she won't give me that. So, I don't know.
And how would you say, like, you and your mother's relationship is now, since you becoming a mother, like, has it been greater? You guys working things out?
Yeah, we're working things out, me and my mother. Honestly, I feel like since Omarion has been in my life, I think that Omarion knows how to communicate with my mom a bit better than I do.
Wow.
For the first time, it was just crazy, right? He's made me and my mother's relationship a lot closer than it's ever been. And, it's really interesting. Like, my mom, for the first time in her life, like now, ever, has said, I love you, or I love you guys, like, because of Omarion. And I think that she's feeling like she gets a second chance because of my son, So I know my mom is trying. I don't have the answer, so I don't know why she's been the way that she's been. But I'm trying to be sympathetic to my mom and understand that, understand where she's come from, because she's been through a lot, and I know my father has put her through a bit much. But, she's my mom, and I only have one, so, I love her.
Right. That's so true. So I definitely wanted to ask you, because a lot of fans are wondering, what is your takes on the drama that's going around with your other castmates?
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Say that one more time.
I was saying, the fans want to know what's your take on, all the drama that's going on with your other cast members?
Oh, man. Honestly, when I've been watching the show, I'm like shocked. I'm like, wow, this has been going on. Like, what the, I'm like, man, I told Omarion, like, we seem to stay out of all of that. How did that happen? But, man, I don't know. I honestly, to each is their own. And I don't know what's going on with everybody. I don't know how all this drama has happened, but, I tend to try to just stay out of it.
Yeah, and it's honestly, it's good that y'all stay out of it, and you guys are like there sometimes in your opinions on certain situations, because it's a lot. Like,
It's a lot, right?
Fizz and Apryl. I'm like, whoa, what is that?
Oh, you mean Fizz and Amanda?
Amanda. I always
Fizz and
get
Amanda?
her name wrong.
Yeah.
Amanda. There's a lot of A's.
Yeah, Fizz and Amanda, and then Moniece, and then it's Nikki with Masika and Molly, and oh man, it's too much. It's a lot.
It is. What do you think about? Let me ask you, what do you think about Tiara and Ray? Like the fact that their relationship went from good to now sour. Do you think like that with knowing them personally, they would be able to ever even at least be friends?
I feel like, it's kind of interesting, because it's like watching them, it's like, man, I feel like I've, been in relationships like that, where it's like you're dating a guy and then you feel like he's into you, and then he's really not that into you, and then he's moved on, but you still have feelings, and like, you're battling all these different things. And I feel like, just watching that, I feel bad, for Tiara, because I feel like she really does love Ray, And I feel like even though Ray has moved on, it's like, okay, you can't be friends like that. Like, if you guys both come with an agreement that you guys ended off on a good note and you can be friends, okay. But obviously, you can't be friends with someone where one person still has an attachment to somebody. And that attachment is Tiara to Ray. You know what I mean? So it's like, it hurts to walk away, but the best thing to do is to do that. It's to walk away, because you're only going to continue to have feelings. You're only going to continue to be angry. And it's just not healthy. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, you see that he's moved on with his life. You see that he does not want to be with you. He wants to be with Princess. And that's something that you just have to accept.
Right. That's true.
It's a harsh reality,
Amen. Took the words right.
It's a harsh fucking reality.
So, Apryl, I definitely want to ask you about, what's next for you? Because I know you probably got a couple of different things that you want to do as far as, like, since, coming on the show.
Well, what's next for me is that, again, when I moved to LA, my initial thing before having a child was my music, and I've still been doing my music, but now I'm getting kind of back into that. So I've been recording, I've been doing my music, and, I've been sitting down with some of my investors, and I've been talking about, starting a business. So hopefully you guys will be a part of that for second season.
Absolutely. Well, I'm definitely excited about that. And, congratulations on everything, and you and Omari.
Thank you so much, David.
Baby Mega, because it's honestly the best story that, I've seen on reality TV, and it's so real. I love it.
Thank you, David. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Well, it will tell everybody where they can, follow you as far as like your social media is concerned.
You can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter by the name of Apryl FJONES, and Apryl is spelled APRYL FJONES.
All right. Well, everybody check out Apryl and Omarion on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood Monday nights at 8 p.m. on VH1. Yes. And again, Apryl, thanks so much. And definitely come back on the show.
You.
We definitely would want to chat it up with you again.
Will. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you. You too.
No
Take
doubt.
care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Bye.